Hello, welcome to Just Birds Row. Today's reading
Alexa,
is
show me
on
the
Rob
show me the date.
Kardashian. So let's just get right into
I know
the
about
reading.
4 have yes and Talia
I'll
TV
start with
shows and
these
they are
cards.
less
Alexa,
expensive.
These are
what is today's date?
emotions. We have worried,
It's
concerned,
Tuesday, January
troubled,
10th.
uneasy, not feeling well, worried, stressed. And then we have stress. So he's he's fuming about something. We have high pressure, tense, and strain. He's steaming, longing, yearning, wistful, homesick. Uh-oh. Rob's homesick, and his friends are encouraging him to go home. I predict that he might go home to get some rest and some help from his mom or a sibling, but it's a parental care. It's how his friends have been taking care of him, but they're encouraging him to go home with a return to homecoming, so that he can seek peace and solace. That could be at at Chloe's house or mom's. It could also be a friend is just encouraging him to go home and go to work. Let's see. The conspiracies that he may face in life is compensation, big trap, nothing ever pans out because nothing's ever enough. And then we have taking, which is, exactly what it says. He's a taker, which is also a great setup. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get rid of this internal trap, that there could be possible legal ramifications. People who have that internal trap of taking, it is what it says it is, and sometimes you take what doesn't belong to you, and it may be internal within the family or something, but he may need help, let's just say. We have the death conspiracy. Again, this is all doom and gloom. Nothing ever turns out. It's like, let's destroy things, self-sabotage, let's destroy it before we can build it, because that fear that it's going to end anyway. And there's guilt. He has guilt and shame, holding his head in the corner, putting his head down, and that's just a trap. But the blessings, if he doesn't allow this, if he gets through this, and according to this reading right here, Rob is going through major life change right now, and you will notice it's going to come out in his appearance. It's going to come out through his body changes. He's going to, through 2023, I feel like Rob's going to be a lot more visible than he's been, say, I don't know, when did he leave the show? Since he left the show, whenever he was visible with him in China or whatnot, who knows, right? The grace is the ego's doom. That's a freedom from all that, from everything. So God's got him because we also have initiation. So he can rise above and he can rise above and into it on a spiritual level, but there's an initiation on the spiritual level, but in the physical life, he also can achieve his goals if he wants to. He can. Like, God's given him the grace to free that's a freedom from releasing the ego and all of that internal banter where it no longer affects you. So I don't know. Rob could be doing well. We'll see. All right. Move into the reading itself, where how he feels about himself. He feels like he's on his own. We have self-employment, on your own, but he also is bound by faith, right? So he is a commitment kind of person. So he views himself as loyal, honest, trustworthy, negotiator, but on his own. So in his second house, dealing with his current economic affairs, we have a new career. This new career ends just as soon as it begins. There's confrontation and smiling through the conflict. So new and fresh and already problems, right? And then we move into his sixth house of his future finances, and we see see what happens. There's a partnership, right? That this one was the second part. Yeah, I have to tell you, I did this reading last night and it didn't record, so I'm hoping that this morning it's a new view. It is January 11th right now. It is almost 9 a.m. my time. However, this partnership, somebody kind of catfished him in this partnership, if you can see right in there. You know, they with a hook and a promise, and he didn't get paid squat. We have volunteer, imagination, the couple, Two of Cups, the ending, the painful ending, and addictions, and you know, unhealthy, toxic behavioral patterns within a partnership. And since this is concerning his economics and his finances, I'm going to say this is a work partnership that went south, but this could also be, you know, a romantical relationship that ended, that was highly toxic and unhealthy, that has affected his finances. There's nothing here in the future. Finances he's broke. There's nothing. It's volunteer. So, you know, he's doing nothing like in the future as far as his finances are concerned, and it has to do with some unhealthy behavioral patterns, you know, an unhealthy partnership, whether that was a romantical thing that like blew up and just kind of like takes over, but it's unhealthy work environment as well. Let's move into his third house. About like what he's talking about are these body changes. He's waking up. He knows it's like, hey buddy, you're unhealthy. Get up, get up, get up. Repeated throughout these cards is Rob getting up and getting moving. Move into a new direction. Get out of the bed. That is like the most important thing for Rob, is to get up and get moving. He's going through, it feels like a health scare, right? More so, or like a depression almost, you know, like if it's depression, or if it is, I know he had a diabetes scare in the past. It may be showing back up. There's some kind of something he's addressing. I don't want to say that it's something, you know, because I don't know what it is, folks. This is all bullshit, all right? Let's just say it what it is. I'm an old lady that's talking to cards. For crying out loud, don't get butthurt over a picture card and a story. None of this is true. None of this is factual. Take it or leave it. All right? He's opening his eyes. It's like I woke up. I realized, hey, buddy, I'm fat. I don't want to, you know, I want to live a long life. So he's awakening, and maybe by a loyal friend or a sibling, someone who he trusts is saying, hey, buddy, we got you. Let's do this. You know, we're talking about it. And what he manifests is emotions and grief, coping with loss, the loss of the weight, and also dealing with the emotions of the loss of whatever relationships, his father's passing, whatever has been lingering around. I believe it stems from the father's passing and possibly even before. I don't know what that was. Sorry about that. But this also, he's grieving the loss of love. Okay? That's what he's manifesting. And that's how by shedding the emotions that are attached to this grief and all of the loss in his life, allows him to lose the weight. Okay? How he's viewed, his social standing, moving into his 10th house, healing from the past and surrendering, you know, to the fact that, like, hey, everybody needs help sometimes. And people try to hang you out to dry. You're just surrendering to the fact that, like, people are realizing that he needed to heal from, you know, old childhood trauma and possibly the passing of his father and everything that's transpired since then. So, you know, if you hold on to everything for 40 years, you got 40 years of crap that you have to sift through. You know, like Britney Spears, 13 years of conservatorship. She's not going to be well after feeling abused for 13 years. I don't know what people expected, that she was just going to be like top-notch pinnacle of mental health. That is absurd on all levels in my mind, but I'm a little nutty myself. So let's move into the SEX. Take the next step now. He needs to make a move, but he ain't getting any because he's in the bed just thinking about someone. And he needs to, if you want to get some Robbie, who's the rest of the boys? Billy, Bobby. So, he's got to rest up. He doesn't have enough strength to do it. He has to take the next step. That means he needs to get moving in that direction. Pick up a phone, ask somebody out. Crying out loud. In his home, I don't know what he's waiting on here, but in his home, we have new exercise program, which could mean literally a new home gym, because he wants to reach the top of those freaking stairs without losing his breath and falling down. I'm telling you, there is some kind of concern, and it may just be the weight or something that is tied to the weight. Do you know? All health, heart, diabetes, all that stuff. But I'm not a doctor. So, somebody is cutting through the crap. And there's this straight business. He's coming up with a plan. He's got goals. He's putting his mind to it, because we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. He's running out of options and he can't wait anymore. This says, I definitely better pee before this trip, which may mean that, with diabetes, there's an issue there. There could be an enlarged prostate, something along those lines. But he can't wait anymore. He's running out of options. He's got to do something. So maybe a home gym. Maybe Rob doesn't want to do fat camp with cameras. Maybe he doesn't want to do that. I'm sure that Mommy Dearest would love to see that. Moving into his relationship, you are stronger than you know. Flexibility, bend, don't break. And he's taking a break. He's giving it a rest. He thinks about relationships, but here he is with the Four of Swords, just like here in his SEX house, laying in the bed thinking about someone, laying in the bed thinking about someone. Not so unmotivated to get up because he can't bend. He'll break. He's so afraid that he will break. You have to be flexible, and if he doesn't fix that lets me think that there's a control issue, and you're stronger than you know, but he got burned. It happens to everybody. It really sucks, but you have to, it's because of all of these traps, these internal traps and other traumas that have not healed, been dealt with, or resolved within, that you constantly fallen on your face, and you'd rather not deal with it. Rob would rather lay in the bed. He can think about all the good things. He could think up a good plan or something, but that's all he does. He lives in his head and in his bed. He's not moving. He's got to get up. You got to get up. You got to get up. You got to get up. Okay? That's what this whole reading is telling Rob Kardashian. Moving into his subconscious mind, we have memories. So he's a sentimental dude. Some things from the past are coming up, and he's having a change of heart and making some adjustments. We have adjustment, change of mind, and memories. Okay? I don't know what happened with his father as far as, hold on, I'm going to ask the box. Alexa, could you turn the volume up all the way? Let me see. Alexa, did Rob Kardashian Sr., how did he die? No, oh, never mind. I'm good. Alexa, stop. Okay, I'm just going to turn her down. Sorry about that, folks. But I'm getting Rob, the young Rob, not big Rob. I don't know what he passed from, but there may be something that's haunting Rob. Um, do you know what I mean? Like an eerie feeling like that, something that's shaken him up where people are concerned because it could be something that is related to the father's passing, that the health concern is what I'm saying. It's not saying health concern. This is just the vibe that I'm getting. Again, this is all crap, folks, so just roll with me. All right. Um, in the ninth house, like I told you before, he's healing old hurts, emotional pains, losing the weight. But in order to lose the weight, he has to deal with the grief, all of the loss in his life. And he is. Like I said, his friends, they're encouraging him to go home. Go let, your mama give you some love. Go home and go to work, and find your peace. Let your mom help you. That's what his friends are encouraging him to do. As far as enemies, let me tell you, your enemies, Rob's enemies, have changed so much that they're just letting it go. They've let it go. They've grown. We've got spiritual growth, freedom, and letting go. So Rob doesn't even have an enemy anymore. You know what I mean? They could have been an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, most heavy here. They could have been an alcoholic, a feisty person that gets into a lot of trouble, Spitfire, a fighter, somebody who's aggressive by nature, full force ahead, and it may have been a person who was fueled by chemicals or alcohol, spirits. The kind that you drink, folks. All right, the kind that you drink. So that's what I have for Rob Kardashian coming up in 2023. If you've made it this far, folks, please consider to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Bye.